I just wanted to throw this in the beginning of the video before anyone gets started. Just remember, all of this is opinions. None of this is law. None of this is in. I mean, I obviously state facts about each game and what they say on the wiki and stuff. But just remember, a lot of this is my opinions. A lot of this is me looking at each game and giving a essentially a guess at what each one's going to be, what each one's going to be like, which one's probably right for you. Just remember that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace. Alright, Ilysia, Zenith. Big VR MMORPGs coming up in the future. Zenith a little bigger right now, a little bit bigger community. I mean, both big VR MMORPGs coming out. They, whether anyone likes it or not, are both competition. So, I mean, hey, let's talk about that. And I don't have an intro to put here, so let's just talk about it. I need an intro. But yeah, let's get into this. So, Zenith is sort of more anime-y. I'm always, of course, I'm gonna throw up a video here so you guys can see, but more sort of anime-y. Your characters fly around, stuff like that. More overreacted battles, sort of anime-style stuff, right? More SAO-y, I guess is the best way to put it. To what a lot of people think. Personally, I think Ilysia is a little bit more SAO because SAO took place in a fantasy world. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it did. I watched SAO a few times, so I don't think I'm delusional. But Ilysia, a bit more of a World of Warcraft style MMO, sort of more fantasy and you know, fighting big spiders, stuff like that. Something you'd find more in World of Warcraft, with sort of that combination of like Shadow of the Colossus in there, you know, fighting those big titans. But so, I mean, let's talk about whether or not you should play each one and which one's for you if you're gonna play one. So, Zenith, like I said, a little more focused on that anime style fighting, a little less focused on the sort of, realistic style gameplay that gets you sucked in, more focused on the being in an anime, you know, SAO thing. You're flying around, blowing stuff up with magic. Has a lot. There's a lot less here on the wiki and stuff. Like last video, I'm gonna throw the wiki down in the description for both of these games if you guys want to go check those out and look at them yourselves. But I'm just gonna give a sort of general idea. But yeah, so Zenith is going to be sort of, from my understanding, more about the anime enjoyment and the overreactions of battles and stuff, and not necessarily about the gameplay itself, I guess is a better way to put it. I don't know, but it's more focused on if you want to be an anime main character sort of main thing. There's parrying, magic classes. They haven't released a ton of the classes as far as we know, or as far as I've seen at least. We're only aware of the Blade Master and the Essence Mage. They said by the end of the game there will be at least 9 different classes you can play as. We haven't really seen much of the gear because, once again, these games are mostly in pre-alpha. But yeah, so Zenith, that's sort of an extent of it. There's obviously going to be guilds in the game and that kind of stuff, but looks like they're going to have a flexible class system too. From what I saw, I'm not sure if this is final version, but watching their 30-minute gameplay demo, it looks like you sort of level up like a game like Kingdom Hearts, where you level up and certain stats increase depending on what you're playing, not you open up a stat page and level that up. I'm not entirely sure how it works yet because, once again, pre-alpha and they haven't shown a ton, but you'll be able to level up your class and use different weapons and perks and stuff. Ilysia, more of the Borderlands style, where you have a bunch of different perks and stuff that you can level into that will give you different abilities and different powers for different weapons and abilities, that kind of thing. So it really depends on how you prefer the fashion of game and what you enjoy more, I guess is the best way to put that. Zenith hasn't released a ton in terms of cosmetics and what they're going to do with those. Ilysia more so. I'll probably throw some of those up on the screen once again, like in the last video. But yeah, so the devs have said this is more of a, for Zenith, this is more of a Final Fantasy Chrono Trigger Nier Automata game. You know, but it's sort of a difference of, right, Ilysia is the bigger travel, right? It's going to take longer to go places. That's part of what it's going to be about, you know, that big, open, realistic world that sort of gets you into it, and you have to travel a long distance. It's going to take a bit, or you can take an airship and stuff, and it's going to be a bit harder. Zenith seems to be more of the, you know, get somewhere faster style game, more modern, I guess is the best way to put it. If you want to get somewhere, you can get there relatively quickly, it seems like. And that will be how that's largely going to work, it looks like. Mounts, I haven't seen any mounts yet in Zenith. I don't know if they're going to have any because you get these little wings on your back that you can glide around with. So I'm not sure if they see a need for mounts in the game. Ilysia is going to have, once again, that more World of Warcraft style. Mounts, pets, flyers, probably, if I had to guess. There'll probably be some flyers, maybe a little later. As far as I know, Zenith hasn't released its world size yet, but you have Ilysia with a pretty big world size. It was somewhere around 200 kilometers squared, which is pretty freaking huge. Especially for a VR game, that's pretty large. Yeah, 288 kilometers is the main island. Kilometers squared is the main island, which if I did the math correct, it's like 200 miles or something like that. So if that gives you a better idea. As far as I'm seeing too, Ilysia has a lot more focus on that player-run economy, whereas Zenith has a more focus on that sort of more anime-feeling economy, where you have specific merchants that give out certain power gear or whatever. But yeah, Ilysia is a lot more, it looks like, about the character forging weapons and stuff, and buying weapons from characters or getting them from monsters and stuff, and, you know, using those materials to give to a blacksmith to craft something, things like that. You know, more player driven, more sort of realistic is the best way to put it, I guess. Zenith seems more like the merchants throughout the world, right? Anime sort of thing, where merchants throughout the world sell you different power stuff. Obviously, enemies, high-level enemies drop special loot drops and things like that, because that's typically how RPGs work, but it looks like it has more of a focus on a simulated economy rather than a player-on economy, which some people definitely prefer over a player-on economy, because player-on economies can get really, really complicated. If you look at a game like RuneScape, right, prices can inflate and drop at the drop of a dime based on meta and things, so it can be really hard to follow sometimes. So definitely, Ilysia looks like, in terms of economy at least, it's going to be a way more hardcore game. Overall, I think Ilysia is going to be a more hardcore-driven game for a little bit older audience, just to sort of bring back that memory of classic WoW, which a lot of people love. Zenith's probably going to be a lot more of the modern game, where it's quicker and faster to do things, and you don't have to dedicate your life to the game, sort of thing. I mean, obviously there's going to be raids. They're doing something that a lot of people, I'm sure, will love. If you play Destiny, they're doing world events. They even brought this up in their 30-minute video. They're going to have sort of Destiny public events where players participate, and they drop certain loot and currencies that you can use at different vendors to buy different things, which, I mean, hey, we'll see how well they do that. I know a lot of people don't like those in Destiny because they're sort of menial, but if they can be done really well, I think they could be a great addition to the game. So that'll be really interesting. Ilysia, I haven't seen anything like that style. Seems to be more focused on the questing element. Zenith seems to be more focused. It seems like Ilysia has more of the focus on the MMO, while Zenith has, or it's RPG, sorry, the RPG focus more in Ilysia with the MMO added in. And Zenith seems a lot more like it has the MMO as the primary feature with the RPG added in. And it's more about playing with your friends and stuff and having that anime experience and fun. Whereas Ilysia is more for that dedicated RPG player that likes WoW and stuff, that wants to grind and become really powerful and play raids and things. And play that really, really difficult content. In terms of UI, Zenith, we haven't really seen anything, but Ilysia has, once again, similar to the WoW, Ilysia definitely seems to be pulling a lot of inspiration from World of Warcraft. It has that World of Warcraft style UI, the little box that you pull up with gear around, and you slot your gear into slots, has different stats and stuff. And then their inventory is a little, as far as I've seen in the pre-alpha, is a little black screen that pops up in front of you that says inventory, and it has little slots that you place your items into, and it shrinks them down into the slot capacity. Probably be able to expand that with backpacks and things. Once again, similar to WoW. But, I mean, largely, if you enjoy more games like Final Fantasy XIV, you know, the anime-style MMO, which I've never played Final Fantasy XIV, so I don't know a ton, but a lot of people have related Zenith to Final Fantasy XIV. But if you enjoy WoW more, you're probably going to want to shoot for Ilysia because it's more of that hardcore aimed thing and less of that anime looking thing. And I'm sorry if I get anything wrong here. I'm obviously not perfect. I don't know everything about these, but yeah, that's largely the stuff we've seen. I mean, Ilysia is going to be really cool. Zenith's going to be really cool. They're both going to be big. Once again, whether anyone likes it or not, they're going to be competition. I hope everyone enjoys these games. Please no attacking anyone for preferring either in any comments or anything. Respect everyone's opinions. Enjoy every game. Both are going to be amazing. And I'm hoping to see you guys out there. I'm definitely going to pick up both of them. I'm going to be playing Ilysia's Alpha and Beta. Maybe I'll get on Zenith, but I'm more focused on Ilysia, and I don't want to be spending money on something I'm not going to play a ton comparative. So, I'm going to be picking up both. I'll be making content on both. Like I said, Ilysia more than Zenith, but I will try both. Make content on both. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to stop by my Twitch. I stream Tuesday through Thursday, 2:30 to 6:30, typically. PM Pacific time, and right now I've been playing some Apex Legends, Tomb Raider 2 on my Wednesdays as a variety game. I've been playing through the Tomb Raider series. If you have any ideas for games for me to play, I'd like to play with viewers a lot. If you want to hop in some Apex Legends with me, stuff like that. Until Ilysia comes, I've just been kind of hopping games. But yeah, I hope everyone has a fan-freaking-tastic day. This has been your boy Yays. Peace out, and I will see you guys all in the next video.